We're about to lose one. Get the intruder.
Copy. We're almost there.
Security breach.
Attacking the area.
Security breach.
Shit, I've got movement. Where? Everywhere. Contact!
Hey, welcome everybody to a little more Splinter Cell Blacklist Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer action. It's Blacklist week. Yes, it's Blacklist week, which means 4 on 4. Which means customization and all that jazz and plenty of action. And I'll tell you, this is an action-packed round. There's a lot once I just straighten up the mic here and everything. A lot going on here. Some stiff competition on the other side. My team was certainly outmatched, as you'll see here. We're just getting swarmed here early on. I'll leave the outcome a bit of a surprise for the time being. Well, I'll tell you, it's with the exception of a pocket of about one time on the spy side where it was like 3 quick deaths right in a row. There's a good pace kept here, but a good exchange. There's a lot of dying on my part, but a lot of killing. And when you see the names that are in here, if you play on PC, I mean, I'm sure you'll recognize at least a couple of them, and see the guys that are over there. And you'll recognize them as skilled players. It's all elites on the bottom level, and or on the opposition is filled with elites, and it's not just like some guy that just got there. These are guys that have been playing a while. Anyway, and well, you can see the names up there. K-Soul. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but I'll call him K-Soul. We'll leave it at that. Inhuman coming over the top on me there. Looking to close the gap. I don't know if he was the flashbang bandit, but I think he may still be in the area, and there he is. I think that was probably him, RVD, coming in, following that up with an EMP grenade as well, shaking things up and coming in there getting my neck as I was, I was posted up in a really forward position there, looking to cut these guys off at the pass. And I think eventually it forces them to go deep, and they've picked up, they've picked up the C terminal. They have it going. Now, I've got, I wouldn't say, I would say, I think I've got a ragtag bunch of misfits in here on my team, and we're going up against, like, I don't know, a goddamn goon squad over here. The elite goon squad of death. One of them. One of the many possible combinations. Well, there we go. We get the pop-up. So you can see it's Inhuman. You got K-Soul down there, RVD, and that Joshin guy. And I've played with most of them. The one guy that really doesn't come across as too familiar is Inhuman. But, K-Soul and Joshin and that RVD guy with the shotgun. Always with the shotgun. Always with the shotgun. I've played against them all. I know they're solid, And I knew I had my work cut out for me here. And goddamn, I put up a good fight. But I get my ass, it was a good exchange. Good players. I mean, just button heads. Big balls, just button heads, That's what it comes down to here. Catching Josh, a little late on the draw. I'm pretty sure he probably saw me dropping something. Or at least he was aware that there was a Merc around the corner as I had the disruptor suit active, blinding him a little bit, so he knew somebody was closing in. He made the move. He tried to anticipate, and well, he walked right into my blade, didn't he? Yes, he did. As I moved down to the bottom level, looking to flush out that lower tunnel, I catch K-Soul coming in. Catch him a second time in this sector, I think, at this point. Put him down in that cloud of smoke, and I finally stumbled across the hacker, Inhuman here. I think did he drop down off that upper level? It looked like, looking back at it now, it looked like there was a little bit of movement there in the shadows. He may have come down from the top level to save his own ass. Anyway, he did me in. He came through there when it counted. He dropped, he charged up that overcharged suit and moved in for the kill and put me down, sent me packing, cut me, caught me, well, didn't catch me napping, but certainly just kind of caught me off guard. Managed to close that gap. And slice and dice, and brought in the hack, And they've picked up this B hack immediately. And it's K-Soul, and you gotta watch out for this guy. He gets tricky. I think we saw me shoot him off of that A terminal early on. He was posted up right on the terminal, so he likes to think outside the box. He almost goes, you know, where guys want to hide. He hides in very, you know, obvious locations. They're so obvious that a lot of Mercs will pass them by, and that's a great strategy. You know, it really is. It's solid thought process. You know, at this stage in the game, he likes to, you know, hide on a terminal, and hopefully nobody sees him. And I've seen guys pull that off in the A sector, so I have a tendency to check that on the silo now, you know. Anyway, I catch RVD. Did I help save my teammate's ass, perhaps? Old Skalele over there. Old Skalele. And continue my sweep. Just cannot seem to track him down. I figure I'm checking good locations. I'm thinking to myself now, maybe he was in the terminal, that little quadrant right around the terminal, you know, shifting between pillars, between corners there. Not really sure. But now I'm starting to think he was probably at one of these, you know, probably shifting between upper and lower level main door. Just because there was so little activity that moved in here, and then when I finally did get over here we go, it's RVD one more time right there at the door. So there was a little bit of activity over there. I'm not really sure where he was in the end. You know, he brought in the hack, and now we're 5 minutes. We've lost 2 terminals. Things are not looking good. I finally do track down K-Soul. I put down Joshin as well. You can just see, I mean, the skill level. They're just really coming in. They come in. It's not even that they were in. I doubt they were in communication, but they're just good players. And when you're going up against a team of elites like that, you know, you're under pressure almost constantly because they know how to react to what's happening. They're smart enough, they're experienced enough to go in there and try and you know, tag team a Merc. One spy may fail, but it can just be overwhelming, you know. And we've seen that, and I've actually held my own pretty nicely in a few of the instances. Other times, not so well, and got put down for my trouble. Anyway, this A-hack gets going yet again here. Yet again. Now let's take a quick look at the suit while I have a moment as I go hunting for this hacker. Is it K-Soul? I guess perhaps I didn't. Maybe I misspoke. Yeah, no, I think this is going to be the point. No, I did. I did put him down on that terminal earlier. Now I catch him moving in for the charge, doing a little in and out work, doing a little bobbing and weaving in and out of bounds there, trying to move in with the hack and grab my neck. You can see my teammates have fallen in the distance. I kind of posted up, got a good line of sight on that terminal for a second, but I abandon it, and it gives the spy the opportunity to bring in this, pick this hack up one more time without the firewalls having reestablished. As RVD goes on a mad scramble. He got out the other end of that train car pretty quickly, let me tell you. But I did manage to shut him down, but only to catch, get my neck slit, get my head turned, you know, get my head turned and my neck slit by old Josh and coming in cloaked. And did he manage to pick the hack up? No, he was forced to deal with the green arrow. And it doesn't look like, no, they do. They do manage to get this hack going one more time, despite that last second grenade that somebody dished right over there onto the terminal. The spy was obviously in behind enough cover to have avoided the splash damage. And I go hunting for a K-Soul over there. Don't find him. I had put down RVD though, but it is K-Soul with this hack run. And yet again, where is he gone? Where is he hiding this time around? We've seen him in a few different locations. You can see there's quite a bit of activity over here. As I do chase down K-Soul, he was on the move, probably getting shot at from multiple locations. He was getting swarmed. And while the spies are doing some serious swarming as well. Just an ongoing barrage moving towards this terminal. They just keep flooding into the area. And Skalele is, you know, racking up some kills there from his posting, I think, on top of the train car. No, he was posted up right on the terminal with a little resupply point set up as well. Anyway, let's get into this loadout really quickly before this round runs all the way down. It's that elite disruptive suit, motion tracking, and with the enhanced detection on there. Armored gloves, pocket pants, running shoes, pocket pants, people. Pocket pants, VX gas, and the Intel device. It really hasn't changed much. However, I did get a recommendation to bring out dust off the old AK-47 from Dion Wilkes. He gave me a full weapon rundown, so I will give you that rundown as it's currently set up. AK-47, red dot sight on there, armor-piercing rounds, weight balance, and the accurized barrel. And there we go. And this is a great gun. You know, it really is a solid weapon. It fires a little sluggishly when stacked up against other guns, but goddamn, it's got the power, you know. Anyway, K-Soul just in and out. Goddamn, just closing the gap on me. I heard the footsteps coming in, and I took notice right there, you know, after looking back at it, you know, the smoke cloud will actually mask the motion tracking vision if there's a spy moving through it. It wasn't actually popping up. It wasn't actually blipping up on radar, and I guess you learn something new every day, as that's kind of news to me. I mean, it was, you know, it makes sense, you know. I never gave it much thought. It's one of the things that I love about doing the videos is that I actually, you know, when I'm putting the comm on and everything, and it gives me the opportunity to look back at things and find weak points in poor decisions that I make as in different across different games, and pick up on the little nuances of the gameplay, you know. And it helps me get better. For those of you watching, maybe it helps you get better as well. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, we do manage to keep them from bringing in the full 300, but things are looking pretty bleak at this point, as they do manage to capture 251%. You can see, I mean, we're a little outmatched here for the most part, but I did manage to hold my own pretty nicely. I really was the big performer, trying to lead the team to something. I don't know what I led them to, but I was playing my role out there, certainly. 22 and 6 with 5 defense. God damn, my coattails. My coattails are stretched right now, people. My back is a little sore. But I wasn't really carrying them to greatness, was I? No, I wasn't. As we just could not get the job done, you know, in key moments. At least we managed to shut down the A terminal. Anyway, we've seen this suit a few times. I know I've had requests for some other loadouts. I will get to them in time, but in this instance, I mean, this is one of the more powerful loadouts I have set up at this point in time. And with the odds stacked against us the way they were, I felt I had to go to it. But it is that elite overcharge suit. And I do have a little trouble getting things going here at some, you know. And I don't know if I made mention of it earlier on, but there's this one stretch of 3 fast deaths in a row where we're at the spawn screen for a little while there for a good minute or so, you know. Anyway, so let's run down this suit. I come back to life and I get quick revenge there on Inhuman. You know, I think he had bucked me down. Was he holding a shotgun up there? I think perhaps he was. But like I said, get a little revenge on him and try to push forward here. There was some heavy-duty opposition. They're playing it nicely. You know, I like seeing this. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's smart. You know, as they've given us a little room to maneuver, a little room to breathe. But goddamn, if they're not there to cut you off at the bottlenecks, cut you off at the choke points, and they've for the most part doing a pretty solid job keeping us on lockdown, as was to be expected. We've now lost a man. I think that Green Arrow fellow, whatever his name was, disappeared, left the round. We see Skalele just getting firing, squatted to death. The shotgun blasted to death by Josh, and he has the ACS-12. RVD's carrying his big boomstick that he likes to roll with, and I think this is Inhuman posted up yet again. Yeah, and he's carrying the shotgun as well. Will be Inhuman as I managed to not only put him down once from that location, but a second time as well. And in fact, next time we see him up there, I'm pretty sure it's going to be with an assault rifle of some kind, as he decides, well, he was just getting outranged there with his shotgun in hand, you know. Anyway, Queso moving in on me. I missed the flashbang. That was the difference maker in that situation. I did manage to queue up the overcharge suit, but it just wasn't enough, as Queso managed to keep me tracked and put me down as I tried to circle around for his neck. And this is the instance. This is the good minute in the penalty box right here, as Inhuman frothing at the mouth, enraged, you know, seeing red, has swapped out weapons. He's now gone, like I said, to the assault rifle, looking to reposition at the top of that train car, unhappy with the way things had been going, and gets a little revenge back my way, you know. So it's the elite overcharge suit. Perfect opportunity to run this down. Sonar goggles, you know, takedown gloves. There's Inhuman. He's posted up, putting me down. The pocket pants are in there. Pocket pants, people. Pocket pants. Running shoes, flashbangs, EMP grenades, and that SC400S. You know, that loaded, that nitro drags. You know, wanted me to use several weeks ago. I'm still using it. Love the gun, the way it's currently designed. It's got the built-in suppressor, red dot sight, armor-piercing rounds, match-grade trigger, tuned recoil buffer, accurized barrel. And goddamn, that's it. That's it. Now our penalty is over. It's time to try and get things rolling. We're really struggling here. We've got a lot of ground to make up. We're closing in on, we're starting to get to about that halfway point on this round. I really wasn't at 251%. I really wasn't expecting to be able to recover at this point, But goddamn, if we're not going to try. Goddamn, if we're not going to try. As you can see, I lost one teammate in the distance. Skalele has managed, apparently, to get deep. I've been tracked, however. I've managed to breach the area. That kind of worked out nicely. Seen Morgan fall. He was enough of a distraction to open up a window for me to move up. And I do. I managed to pierce the area. Morgan gets a good spawn, as he's not forced to go through the A sector. And he's looking to come in behind the Mercs in the A sector as I move in to pick up this hack on B. And here we go. And we actually have a new player coming in, this Mabu Tiako guy. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he actually he shaped up to be a pretty solid player in here. And so keep an eye out for him. He actually lends a pretty big hand for the most part. And, actually the team does a pretty spectacular job at times. You'll see it all play out, though. And I get a nice little death from above, amazingly. Well, I missed the first guy. Luckily, I was quite happy I missed the first guy. If it meant getting Inhuman at, jabbing my blade into the top of Inhuman's skull the way he was posted up on that train car, gunning me down, Every time I tried to make a move into the A sector, he was right there and cut me off the pass. Anyway, Queso moving in on me. I get the flashbang his way, pull off the overcharge as I mount the stairwell, or come up the stairs, meet Josh and face-to-face, and gun him down with that great loadout from Nitro Drags. And keep the hack running as my team, well, more importantly, the guy I had mentioned, this Mabu Tiako guy, he's out there doing what he should be doing, and he's got a little backup out there as well. I saw two of them out there and a third man moving in the area, so they're actually doing a pretty solid job setting up here, trying to offer some protection. We lose Skalele. I'm not liking where Morgan is necessarily, but I'm able to shift a little bit. Mabu Tiako comes back. Mabu, that's what we're going to call him. Mabu comes back in the area, and I thought perhaps we could swarm the K-Soul before he comes around the corner on me, with two of us scurrying about, but no way. He gunned down Mabu, and man was right on the ball there as he turned around and gave me the rock bottom. Whatever the hell it is. And goddamn, maybe I jumped the gun there a little bit. We'll never really know. I carried it to 87%. Nobody was left alive, I think, at that point to pick up the hack. Or the opposition, the Mercs, had just put up a solid defensive perimeter around the terminal to deny any would-be hackers from moving in there. But maybe I jumped the gun. We were really close to bringing that in. I do manage to get right back in here, pick up this A terminal. So at least the effort's there, but with time dwindling, I don't even think we can bring in, enough intel at this point to win. I do get the flashbang out. I flashed somebody, got a few shots into, I think, Faisal as well, as I finish him off after a nice little slice and dice there on Joshin with the, with the overcharged shoot coming in almost simultaneously, just to shake things up. I like that, stir things up a little bit. But I do get put down on a really bad play, just awful. Stuck in a reload. I had time to just kind of sit behind the corner, possibly catch Inhuman as he rounded the corner on me. That was certainly an option. But I did have to get back out of there. That was the other thing. I was carrying the hack, so I had to try and get back out and try and keep the hack alive. So that could have been it. But it was kind of a piss poor effort as I was stuck in a reload and really didn't do enough fancy footwork to keep myself alive against Inhumans, on the money, gunfire that was coming that he sent flying my way. Somebody else has picked this hack up, however. I'm not sure who it is. Inhuman leaves the match, perhaps got dropped, perhaps accepted an invite, not really sure. Don't think it was a rage quit or anything like that. But Mabu, as you can see, he's picking up the slack where I left it dangling as he picks up this hack and has it going deep now to about 85%. Looks like we could bring this in. Mabu wisely is stepping away from the hot zone. I get the overcharged suit going, cooking. Just as Joshin is dropping a mine, I catch him in his own blast radius, and a little bit of revenge here on K-Soul. A nice little death from above. That always catches the Merc kind of freezes him up for a second. Happens to the best of us, you know, when the spy moves in as quickly as I did for that to climb up the wall, move in for the death from above. I even took a few seconds there, type in CCCC, let the guys know where I'm planning to go. We should all, you know, amass our forces there, try and make one final stand. I did pick up this hack on B, but it was only ever meant to be a distraction. As you can see, I looked to exit the area immediately. I gave the guys the heads up for C, and that's what I was hoping that they would, you know, move for, and they did. They did for the most part. I kind of left them, you know, guessing at that point, I think, but it allowed, you know, enough of the Mercs left the C sector to go and inspect B, and that little bit of activity at my entry point in the C sector allowed me to put down Josh and with some fire in the back, and I picked up this hack as we come down the final minute of this game. You know, so we can't, you know, it's not going to happen. This is going to be a loss for those of you that are, you know, trying to figure out, Hertzy, did you actually post a loss? Must the first time for everything. Well, it's happened before, but it doesn't happen too often. I like to post entertaining rounds, and I thought this was one. You know, and there was some good competition over there. I certainly wasn't disappointed with the loss, but there was, you know, I made some poor choices at times, got a little overwhelmed other times, but had some really great moments as well. And they're not over. As I have this hack going, you know, let's see if we can bring in two full terminals, and make this look respectable before it's all said and done, you know. And a nice little shift out here. Skaleli tying up Joshin back there. Well, not for too long, as he, you know, he was sucking on Joshin's ACS-12, and Skaleli just left after that. Just bowed out honorably at the end here, I suppose. Yeah, with this last 30 seconds left in the gameplay. I do manage to put down Josh before he could close in on me with the shotgun. Get a nice little death from above there on, I think it was K-Soul who had moved in on me. And then gun down RVD as he was having some difficulties lining up the headshot with his boomstick, you know. So, coming down the final stretch, got that nice little triple. A nice little triple there to keep the hack alive, and I managed to tuck myself away in a location that I say you should never tuck yourself into. Unless you have less than, you know, 15% left on the terminal, and there are no Mercs left alive. Well, there's one. There's one left bewildered, wondering what the hell kind of tornado, the hell kind of whirlwind just moved through the area. Anyway, not bad, not bad. Like I said, we did end up making it look respectable in the end. I can't help but think if I hadn't jumped the gun in the B sector and run around the corner for K-Soul's neck, would I have managed to bring that in? Could we have possibly won that game, or made it look, you know, brought it even closer to that 251% mark? You know, who knows? Who knows how it would have played out after that? But some respectable numbers in the end, considering the competition that I was going up against. As we see myself there, 1 hack, 5 defense. I did help out on that A terminal as well. 35 and 14, not bad. Death's got a little bit out of control, but again, that was to be expected. You know, looking down at that bottom level, those are some respectable players as well. And even that Inhuman fella who left, he was an elite 56, and he had done quite a bit of damage to me during that round. Right below me, Morgan, 9 and 13, not too bad. Now Mabu, he left and came back at the end. He was certainly playing his role. I mean, he didn't join the game until about the halfway point or sometime around there, and he was certainly helping the cause. And Burby, of course, he came in the end as well. Down on the bottom level, Joshin 412 with 1 defense, 20 and 17, good numbers. K-Soul, things got a little, you know, things got a little bit out of control. They really did. For the most part, I would have to say that they dominated us. You know, I felt like we were always under pressure, always getting overwhelmed, always getting swarmed. But perhaps they were suffering the same fate on the other end of on the other side of the coin as well. You know, maybe my team was really coming together. Well, they were. They did come together at key moments, but we just we couldn't carry it long enough to bring in, you know, all 3 sectors, which is what we really needed to do there. But K-Soul 13 and 20, below him RVD with the 12 and 23. Who knows what Inhuman had, but I know he did put me down a couple of times. So there we go, a loss. I don't put them up too often, but again, it's not about, you know, I don't release videos to say, "Oh, look at me, I'm so good." You know, that's not what this channel's about. That's not what that's not what I do this for. You know, so but I like to put up entertaining rounds, and I certainly thought, as I said, that was one. So I hope you all enjoyed it, regardless, and I hope you'll thumb it and show a little support, and I hope you'll come back for more. Of course, it will be classic next week, and I hope to see you all there. But until then, well, remember why it hurts, people. Later.